you started investigating this? Because I suppose, part of his reputation is as fighting a clean war, for example.
Right. I mean, President Obama, from the very beginning of his administration, was sort of a drone president. He radically intensified the strikes in Pakistan, expanded the drone strikes to Yemen and Somalia. And I think that the message he's tried to broadcast is, look, I'm the Nobel Peace Prize winner. I'm a constitutional lawyer by training. I'm the Democrat who was going to roll back everything that Bush and Cheney did. And trust me, this is a cleaner way of waging a war that none of us want to be in, and Al-Qaeda started, but we're going to do it in the most precise way possible. That's the message that's been projected. What we've seen on the ground, though, is that a tremendous number of civilians have been killed. And I think that we've hit a point in the so-called war on terror where we're actually making more new enemies than we are killing real terrorists. And it's not that there aren't threats out there. It's that we have responded to a relatively minor threat in such an exaggerated way and have spent ourselves into an economic crisis with this war. And I think we've spent our moral capital. And so, when Obama was running for president, he projected a certain image of himself. But behind the scenes, if you looked at who he was surrounded by politically, if you looked at his actual policy platforms, it was clear that he was going to be a sort of empire president. And I think some of the criticism of Obama from liberals in the United States is a bit disingenuous. They say, well, he turned his back on us, or he changed. I think it's more that they projected onto him what they wanted to see. And the fact is that under our current political system in the U.S., no one would be elected president who wasn't going to be an American exceptionalist and wasn't going to project the politics of empire. So it's not that my opinion of Obama has changed. It's what I found sort of surprising is the extent to which he was willing to spend his own credibility on trying to legitimize some of the worst policies of the Bush-Cheney era. I think that's going to be his legacy. I imagine Dick Cheney, fly fishing on a boat, in Wyoming where he lives, sort of having a good chuckle and thanking God that Obama was president because he made it possible for these policies to continue.
Yeah, it's a great documentary.